I went to the cinema, ladies and gentlemen. The rarity of me going to the movies, which in reality is not it's not a rarity at all. I try to go to the movies like every weekend. But the film that I went to go see in the theaters was a film called A Man Called Otto. A Man Called Otto is a comedy drama. It's about an older man who has been living in this neighborhood for like years, a long time, and he's going through some very dramatic part of his life. He's not nice to people in many ways. He's kind of a dick to everybody, old grumpy man, but some neighbors come along trying to, be nice and trying to uplift him, and you get to see the story of this man. And a surprise. I'm not gonna lie, a big surprise. Of course, I didn't know shit about this film. Now, of course, this film is based on a French film / novel, A Man Called Ove. I didn't know much about what I was getting into in this movie. So to come out of the movie theater, not only it being pretty good, it was freaking great. It was a surprise. It was a really good film. But let's start off with the performances. We got Mr. Tom Hanks. He plays the character of Otto, who is again this older man who's been living in this town for a very long time. He wants to protect his town. He's like a Karen, let's be honest, a Karen, just being grumpy, fucking always an issue with something. He's a perfectionist. He wants everything to go his way and perfectly the way he deems it to be. Even though there's still people that are nice to him, he's just a grumpy man. He's this woman who just moved in, and Tom Hanks, I have to say this is his best performance in years. He's a really good actor. That's no surprise, I think. So Tom Hanks just killed it in this film. He's funny. He's just this grumpy old man. But what you see throughout the film, it's understandable and it all makes sense. And you see where it's coming from, and you just want him. You still like him. He's like a lovable asshole, and it's great. And Tom Hanks, of course, very well known for not playing those kinds of roles. He's well known for playing characters that you like, and he's just a cool, nice guy in most of his movies. And to him to play a character very much the opposite of that is pretty interesting. But in my opinion, the show stealer has to be the woman who her and her family just moved into this town. She's Mexicana and I think Ecuadorian, I think. And her family moves in. Tom Hanks helps them with something, and she's nice to him when he's not. And I thought she killed it. She was hilarious. She was great. I thought her as a character is really good. You just like her, man. She's a really likable character, and her family. You see their background, and you just see how hard it is for them, and you really enjoy their company. You really like that family character, and it really works. And I thought she did a splendid job. Also, an actor that I noticed, I saw in the movie, I was like, I know this man. And he's known from Mindhunter. He plays Ed Kemper, the fucking serial killer. And it's crazy seeing him in this movie being the complete opposite of that. Really funny. He's a jogger. He's been known, Tom Hanks. He's really close with a close family of that's been living in that town, who's also good friends with Tom Hanks. And yeah, he's just fucking hilarious. And he is just surprisingly seeing him play a character that's completely different from what I remember in Mindhunter. And I thought he did a pretty solid job. Performances all around were solid. Everybody does a pretty good performance. Tom Hanks killed it. The girl killed it. And all the supporting actors did a solid job, in my opinion. And the direction is by Mr. Mark Forster, of course, known for the films Finding Neverland, The Kite Runner, and yeah, pretty solid director. He's a very solid director. He makes pretty solid films, and he comes back and makes another banger. This film is very well made, very well directed. The story is interesting. It's a very dark-ass comedy, and I thought Mark Forster doing this remake of this French film, I thought he did a pretty damn solid job. The writing is top tier. The dialogue is really good. It's hilarious, but it's also deep and very dark. I don't want to say what occurs in this movie, but all I'm saying is Tom Hanks is going through some shit. And I thought they dealt with it very, very good. And the best way it could have been dealt with, they did it solidly. And I thought the direction and writing was just solid. The chemistry is top notch. The chemistry between Tom Hanks and the girl is it's amazing. I thought both of them were amazing in this film. They work so well together. It's funny because Tom Hanks is just hating. He's like, human beings suck. People are dumb. That's his mentality. It's fucking hilarious. And of course, she's just nice to him, man. Well, well, he's not, and she just and you just like their dynamic. And I thought both of them did a great job. The cinematography is top notch. Very well shot film. Very well, good looking film. And I thought the film was shot top notch. The music by Mr. Thomas Newman, a really good music composer. Music is great. I really like the composing. I like the groove of this film. It has this little theme thing. It reminds me of kind of, what's that film? True Romance, with the music in that film. It gives me that vibe, the music, and I thought Thomas Newman's the composition in this film was pretty solid, and I thought this was great. It was great as a comedy, and as a drama, and as an emotional film, because this film will get in your emotions. This is a film that got me teary-eyed, surprisingly, and I didn't expect to be teary-eyed in this film, and it hit me, and I thought it was really solid. I really enjoyed this film. I thought this film was great in every way possible. I really have very little to no flaws with this movie, and that says much, and it's just a really enjoyable film, and yeah, this film, without a doubt, gets a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a close 5. I'm not gonna lie, this is the closest you'll get to a 5 without it being a 5. But I just didn't find this film as being like, oh, the best. This is gonna be the best movie of the fucking year. I didn't think that watching it, but it's still a great film. Definitely a film I'd be glad to watch again and buy on Blu-ray. So yeah, A Man Called Otto. If you have not seen it, go ahead. Go to the theaters to watch it. This is a film that's kind of bringing back the older audience since COVID, and older moviegoers haven't been going because of that, and I'm glad that they're showing up. So if you're like Tom Hanks and you want to just go out and go to the movies, I feel like this is a great watch. It's a very, very crowd pleaser. The crowd enjoyed it. The audience laughed. I laughed. My fucking girlfriend laughed. Everybody laughed, and it was great. A really enjoyable experience. So those are my thoughts. So